Hey guys, it's Jesse from Vitron. So you may have seen rollers like this, or lacrosse ball, padded lacrosse balls like this in a gym or fitness studio and wondered what they're for, or even seen them online and wondered what to do with them. So I'm going to kind of bring you up to speed today. If you have low back issues, shoulder issues, things of that nature, some of that could be caused by a lack of mobility from knots in your muscles. So tools like this can be really great at loosening up those muscles to allow you to get some of that mobility back before you have an injury. So one of the most common things for people is they have knee discomfort. A lot of times that comes from your IT bands being too tight, having knots in them. So a great foam rolling technique is laying on your side, putting your weight on the roller, and rolling down about 1 inch a second. And if you find a spot that has a knot or adhesion, you just stop and roll that out and relax out that muscle. Now, if you see, I can do this relatively comfortably. The first time I did this, it was horrendously painful, and I also had regular knee pain. After a while of doing this, the knee pain went away, and I'm comfortable doing this. Healthy tissue won't have a lot of pain. So, also hamstrings tend to get tight in a lot of people for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it could be core weakness, sometimes it could be a lack of ankle mobility or knee problems, but more often than not, they're just full of knots. So, stack your feet on here and roll up and down, just like this. Same as I said, about 1 inch a second. Same thing with your calves. Your calves cramp up on you, which is very common. You can roll this. I recommend pretty much everyone foam rolls at least 3 times a week. If you're working out, which you of course should be working out, you should be foam rolling about 3 times a week. So, that's for your lower body. Most important ones: calves, hamstrings, and also quads. Rolling your quads just like this. Very important. And I would say if you did about 10 rolls on each one of those surfaces, you're good to go. Now, upper body. Common stuff we see is from sitting all day in the car at work. People get hunched over like this. So a foam roller can allow you to undo some of that. Because what happens is, if you're like this all day, your shoulders become impinged, and that's when you hear about rotator cuff tears. I mean, that's everyone's horror story from working out. They tear the rotator cuff. One way you can help decrease the likelihood of that happening is opening up your chest and shoulders. So, there's 2 ways you can do that. One, you should do both. One, you can hop in here and put it under your lat. You're going to roll right up into your armpit and right back. Now, this one's kind of self-correcting. It's uncomfortable for me. It's uncomfortable for most people because most people don't have a ton of shoulder mobility. So, you'll feel where that discomfort is, and that's where you want to dig in and really slow down to loosen up that tissue to enhance that mobility so you're less likely to get injured. About 10 rolls per side. Then you can lay back on this guy and roll. Now, I never recommend rolling the lower back. You know, a massage therapist, a chiropractor, a physician may tell you to do that. It's outside of my scope of practice, but rolling your upper back is a great idea. So you're going to roll just like this, slow, and just shy of getting down to the lumbar spine. And then stop right about here, and just stretch over it. It's going to feel pretty good. Ooh, and I kind of do reps. And stretch out and reach again, stretching out this area, stretching out that upper back. Gravity's doing this all day long. We want to open that up. So, with your back, it's hard to hit specific spots. So a lacrosse ball, a frozen orange, or a trigger point ball like this designed specifically for this reason, against a wall can be a great way to work out specific knots in your back. If you have a knot in your shoulder, like in your trap or in your back, just dig around and you'll find the spots. For me, I don't get a lot of tension here. I actually get it right here. And if I allow it to get worse and worse, I start getting shoulder pain. So I'll take the ball and roll around, making circles, pushing more and more force, and you're going to find the spot for you. Ooh, there you go. That's a spot for me. So, if you're experiencing any kind of pain, you should always consult a physician. But doing some mobility work can help you avoid pain in the first place. So if you're experiencing pain, knees, hips, back, shoulders, a ball like this, and a foam roller like this can become your new best friend. It may hurt a little bit at the beginning, but it's going to pay off in the long run. All right, guys, enjoy.